baby beard.
Waited for you, Fry.
This episode traumatized me as a young person.
My head is hurting again.
Where's my firstborn son?
God does not care about me masturbating.
Your singing is bad and you should feel bad.
First get out into bus, you're like, oh no!
I don't like myself becoming the protagonist of this podcast.
You've been in
Yeah, because you haven't learned anything. Shut up and take my podcast.
Hey, welcome to Shut Up and Take My Podcast, the original Australian Futurama podcast that pits episode against episode in a bloody, glorious gauntlet battle for your entertainment.
Are you confused?
I'm joined here by Ellen.
What's happening here? I'm folding like a deck of souffle cards.
I'm joined here by Phil.
If I ever have a show, I'm definitely putting myself on it.
I'm joined here by Sean.
My bed is stained with mystery.
And we're joined by Chris.
Q screams.
Oh, sorry for everyone listening.
Also, sorry, Chris, for you later.
Oh, yeah, I've got to edit this, don't I?
He really set himself up for that.
Did. That's my fault.
He can see it coming in the waveform.
That's right. Brace for impact.
So you've clearly done all the research, right?
I have. So this episode is Sean.
It's me.
It is Sean.
Help me. I have none of the research. Sean and I decided as flip, and I would do the intro this time.
We are up to season 6, episode 11. Lrrreconcilable. Fuck me.
Ndndifferences.
Ndndifferences. There we go.
Ndndifferences.
That's look. Did you write it down in the end, Phil?
I put Lrrreconcilable.
Lrrreconcilable.
I think I put too many N's.
It's differences.
Is it ND differences?
No,
Yeah.
it's differences.
No, it's not.
Isn't it?
No,
How do you-
it's ND and differences.
Someone tell me how to spell it.
ND and differences.
Yes,
and
Ndndifferences.
and Lur has 3 R's.
Lrrreconcilable.
Lrrreconcilable differences.
I think I heard a 4th R in there.
So we've made it through the title of the episode.
Yes, we have, and we now make it to the director, Crystal Chesney Thompson. Do we need to give her a Dwayne Carey Hill, or are we good?
We're good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Her name has
doesn't
her
deserve
own.
Yeah.
What?
How many has she done? Episodes?
This is her second. She's back from Proposition Infinity.
Well, we missed the first
She's
one.
the hippie who
Yes.
got written in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The-
she looks
The robot that turns
Oh.
into Farnsworth's...
Hippie robot.
No, she turns into the robot.
Yes.
Yes, that Farnsworth fell in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a robosexual relationship? Is that the term?
Yes.
Yeah.
Robosexual relationship. She also, if you go onto the DVD, the extras, she'll teach you how to draw both Leela and Nibbler from start to finish. So she's a bit of an accomplished artist in her own right as well.
Cute.
And,
That's good.
and a teacher of artistry.
Is she?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
yeah, in that context that you just told us about. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really good. Thank you, Phil.
I'm discovering things about what I already said.
Yeah, Phil's drawing on what you've said.
Ah,
and then-
drawing on what
Thought I'd slip that one in.
So, who wrote this episode?
The person that draws letters to make a script. Well, that person would... Look, I'm reaching. That person's Patrick M. Barone, back from Attack of the Killer app.
Who is in this episode, of course.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
What? Oh, is he on the panel?
He's
okay.
on the panel.
Yeah.
Along with Ken Keeler, Matt
David
Groening,
X. Cohen.
David X. Cohen, and someone. What's her name? Crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah, she's on there as well. So he also wrote a puzzle game called Futurama Game of Drones. It's the second Futurama game that they did after the Futurama, the game on the PlayStation. I think it's more of like an app-based game.
I was going to
There are 2
say...
app-based games.
Yes. So this
Because
is the
surely
first one.
they're trying to piggyback off Game of Thrones, which didn't really hit super popularity until the HBO show,
what?
right?
Game of Thrones, Game of Drones. Play
That's
on
what they're
words.
trying to do, right?
yeah.
Oh my god, did you not get that?
Gross. That's stupid.
Why?
You love wordplay.
You loved the drawing.
Yeah, but it's
And
bad.
Futurama titles are always puns.
Yeah, I guess.
It's weird to see where people put the line for puns. Yes.
Yeah, I
don't know why.
Lrrreconcilable, yeah, but Game of Drones.
No.
fuck that
I'm not
shit.
on the title for this one either.
Aw,
Shame.
Chris.
So. I'm a sourpuss today.
Hey, Chris, what's the air date for this episode?
August 21st.
26th.
Really? I was close. I
Yeah.
just pulled that off the top of my head.
Nice.
Good job, mate.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Positive podcast.
Yeah.
2010.
Yeah.
And we're introducing... So did anyone watch Battlestar Galactica? The newer version that was in, like, 10
Yeah.
years
Yes.
or so?
All but the last series, so
Okay.
I have no idea how it ends.
Nobody does. I
doesn't-
watched it.
to
We
be
still
hon-
don't know.
To be honest, doesn't matter.
Yeah, no.
Does
That's
anyone
the
know
impression I get.
the character Starbuck?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's great.
Okay,
Yeah.
she's the voice of Girl. That's Katie, I love her last name, Sackhoff.
Tack off, yeah.
Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah,
Is,
she's the best
is Girl.
part of the best thing about Battlestar Galactica.
She
to be fair.
definitely
inspired
one
a
of
lot
them,
of
yeah.
interesting thoughts in a young Ellen.
Oh.
Oh, really?
What?
She led you down
Starbuck.
a...
Yeah,
What
I was
thought
just like,
specifically?
she's fucking hot.
Some
and I would
mysteries
like
are
to marry her, please.
She led you down a garden path. It's not the expression. I'm using the expression wrong, but that's
My
fine.
favourite episode
that's
of
The
Battlestar.
gay path.
The gay path.
My
Oxford
favorite battle
Street.
Yeah. My favorite episode of Battlestar Galactica is one with her versus the Cylon ship called Scar, because it's got fuck tons of her in it, and she's
Yep.
the best character.
Yep.
That's all I have to say.
Should I watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Battlestar,
Yeah.
it's really like, especially the first season's fucking dope.
I would say probably stop around maybe 5.
The more
Season 5.
I thought that's all there is.
Yeah.
I
Is
thought
it?
there's only because
Yeah.
it's
Oh.
2004 to 2009.
Maybe I meant
Yeah.
season 4.
Stop at season 2.
Okay. I played
Or
the game.
season 1.
So I played
That's
the
fine.
tabletops, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Because I was a Cylon, and no one knew.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's a very cool game of what is it? Werewolf or
Yes,
Mafia?
yeah. People have to guess
werewolf.
who
Yeah.
Yeah.
silence. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on it.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Who wants to run down the plot?
I'll do it. It's
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it starts with Scary Door, because that's fun.
Yep.
That's
Scary
how it
Door.
starts. It's not really linked to anything, but it's good. I'm on fire
That
today.
sounded like a super fake laugh, Sean, as well. But you were
Did that
so
in mine?
moved. Sorry, Phil.
Oh, so
Fry's trying to write a comic book about Delivery Boy Man. No one likes it.
I
And
like it.
Meanwhile, Lur and are having some marital differences because Lur's lazy. They decided to go. The crews decided to go to a Comic-Con because Fry wants to learn how to make better comics. There's a contest, a costume contest, and Lur decides that he's going to invade Earth during the Comic-Con contest. Unrelated, but oh my god, fuck me. Can I start again?
okay.
This episode is all about the marital differences between Lur and Ndndifferences, with a side plot of Fry trying to write an effective comic book. That's what this episode's about.
You got it.
Booyah.
Yep.
I'm not going to do it scene by scene.
Yeah.
It's stupid, so I'm doing it this way instead.
So, ladies, gentlemen, and Omicronians of all ages, what's on your mind?
I'm just laughing at the fact that I just pissed myself off.
I thought you were going to say, I pissed myself.
I'm laughing because I pissed myself.
Because I
Well,
pissed myself.
at that point, you have to just laugh, don't you?
So I will let you know that Maurice LaMarche won the Emmy Award for Best Voiceover Acting for both Lur and a spot-on impression of Orson Welles.
Really?
Yeah, that's
him.
a great impression.
Yeah,
of
because he
Orson
also
Welles.
used... Have you seen the movie Ed Wood?
Yeah.
Who Orson Welles is also voiced in that? It's also Maurice LaMarche.
Oh my god, I did not know that.
He reprises the role because he nails it.
Who
100%.
does anyone know who the voice actor from Pinky and the Brain is?
That is also Maurice LaMarche.
That's him.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I was like, it's got to be him, right? Because
Yeah.
the Pinky is just
Brain.
an Orson
Brain.
Welles.
Brain.
Brain is just an Orson Welles like parody, really.
Yeah.
That's where the voice comes from. So
So this episode's weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah,
This
tell us-
episode's kind of gross in some aspects.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry, friends.
In my notes, I have there's a lot of uncomfortable subtext here that
about nagging, mainly.
well,
I would
about
say
like
about,
problematic marriages.
is
Yeah,
no
yeah.
one picking up that. I don't think Lur wanted to mate with that woman.
No.
It's a really uncomfortable cut where like she launches at him, and then the next time we see him, he's crying on Leela's shoulder, and I'm like,
Yeah, that is
what
true.
just happened?
Yeah,
Are we
it's-
just moving past that?
It's also like the phrase, and I don't like using this word, cross-species dresser. I'm
yeah.
like, good.
It's also got some.
Yes.
That's fun.
Also got some more ugly subtext about like the way women fetishize like otherness in I don't want to
okay.
I don't want to go into it. It's yucky.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's just women, but the way people fetishize
Yeah,
otherness, like see yellow fever for a gross
Yes.
example of
Yeah.
the male version.
It's not all bad. Like this episode.
No.
No.
I think there's some neat bits of writing. So when Fry's shows everyone his comic book, there's the adverts in the comic book, and one of them is the professor's for his disintegrator gun, which is actually
Quote,
a
unquote.
teleporter.
Yes.
And then if you're paying attention, then you see that the gun that's used later is the teleporter, and you're like, oh, I know what's happening here.
And it's great because they don't feel the need to hint it all the way through. It's kind of
No.
just set up in the first 2 minutes and then brought back in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
I
really
think-
great.
I think it's quite neat. I like it. And I like the scary door bit as well, because scary door stuff's
I love
usually
scary
fun.
door.
Because it makes zero sense. He's like, how do you know there are no aliens?
I wanna-
I know, because you are one. It's like,
And there was
ow!
and there was just mystery.
I want-
smeared.
yeah, I
all
need-
over your hotel
all
room.
over my
I
hotel.
need to use that phrase more often. Well, this whole day is just smeared with mystery. Anyway.
Don't get a black light out, otherwise you'll see all that mystery.
Was it your key card won't open the door to the gym?
Because the gym
Somebody smeared
Smeared
mystery
mystery.
on the lock.
gym door. Sean, what do you think? What did you think?
And the main thing I was kind of amused by is I harken back to a time where I tried to make a comic book. And I made...
You dork.
I know. His name was Carl.
Okay.
And he was a fish, because a fish was the only thing I could draw.
Fair enough.
A
Yep.
fish is still the only thing I can draw.
Hey, look, you know what they
Stick to
say.
your niche, yeah.
Yeah, write what you know.
Like,
right?
you know, like...
Fish.
So, like, the half circle and then just the two fins.
Yes.
And then I just do bulbous eyes and just a simple smirking line for the fish. And I can tell you exactly what one of the panels was that I did. It's the first panel I ever did, which is 3-panel. And this is great for an audio podcast, so bear
Yeah,
with
it's
me.
perfect.
Yeah.
So, first frame, guy's on fire. And he's like, help me, I'm on fire. Second frame, a person puts him out. And he's like, oh, thank you. Third frame, the guy looks the other way. And Carl the fish is there going, help me, I'm on fire. And he's like, oh, fuck. Because it's just a fish out of water and he's on fire.
That's
and
quite. I think that's quite good.
That's not
no one
bad.
steal it.
I
That's
could
not
see
bad.
that. I could see that in the New Yorker.
I wrote a comic when I was a kid.
Was yours wildly
than
more
Fred Bassett.
successful than mine was?
Mine was awful.
Was it?
Mine
what
was
it called?
3 frames. It was a 3-frame comic, and it was an old man and a woman. And the old man's saying, "I don't want to eat my food," and she's going, "No, you got to eat it." And then the man's like, "No, I'm not going to eat it." And she's like, "Why not?" This is the second frame, and the third frame, because his food's gone cold by the time he's complained about it. That's the joke.
Wow, you guys are making like
Great comics?
No,
comics
Bad.
that I wouldn't not see in the paper. Like they're kind of the ones that aren't funny. Like,
yeah. Hey,
Phil
we could
said
be the
Fred
next
Bassett.
Fred Bassett.
Oh, let's
Guys,
do it!
stop.
Yes!
Guys, stop being mean to Fred Bassett.
I know.
He's
Fred
just a
Bassett
dog.
endears me. He's just a dog that says
I like
things
that it's not funny. I like
and
that
goes
it's,
nowhere.
you end it and you're like,
Fred Bassett wanted to sit on a chair.
And
then
then he
he
did.
did.
And then he did. It's like Fred Bassett is hungry. Owner gives him a bone. He eats the bone.
Oh, he wants to go for a walk.
he goes for a walk.
Oh.
How did we feel about so Zap Brannigan is in a show in the universe of Futurama? Why is there a Zap
or does he
Brannigan
just
action
merchandise
figure?
himself because he's a narcissistic asshole?
Possibly, but why would that be
Duke
at a...
is fully merchandised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
President George W. Bush had an action figure.
Really?
What
Yeah,
did it say when
in his after
With
he did,
WMD finding action.
when he did? Do you remember?
see it.
Do you remember the ship and Mission Accomplished?
Yes.
Do you remember he wore I think it was an Air Force outfit.
Yeah, it's common for presidents to cosplay like that.
That was merchandise.
Cosplay.
that was merchandise.
Well.
There's action figures of George W.
Yeah,
Bush.
there you go.
Google
well, I mean,
it.
it's
awful.
It's cosplay when Trump does it because he was never in the fucking forces.
He ran away from the forces.
Well, guess what? My feet hurt. I got flat feet. Oh, not that I would have done it. I hate
Speaking of costumes,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
cosplaying. So there's the costume contest.
Yes.
Which is a great quick visual gag.
Yeah.
They gloss over it real fast. But several people are cosplaying as people from the show that they're in.
Yes.
Yes.
What's his name? Our problematic villain from The Beast
Yemo?
with the Bill. Yevo.
Yevo.
Yevo's there.
Yeah.
David
Cross.
David Cross.
David Cross.
David Cross is being cosplayed by someone in the
Is
Futurama universe.
Scruffy an avatar?
Yes.
He's a Navi.
He's playing a Navi.
A Navi, thank you.
In the crowd, the cross-species dresser, I guess that's okay because she's cross-species dresser, but she's basically playing the lady, the Decapodian lady
Yeah.
that Zoidberg tried to woo. He's
Yes.
wearing like the same headband
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Speaking of costuming, whipped cream web shooters. A revelation, I say. I think that's brilliant.
But I missed the biggest one though, of course.
Which is
What?
the biggest one?
Bender playing
Oh,
Leela.
Oh, every nerd's fantasy. I
Yeah.
laughed
With
so
fruit
hard
boobs.
at that.
Fruit boobs.
Next cosplay, try it, Ellen. You might just any fruit.
Oh, yeah. You know
Bananas.
me.
Bananas is where I was
I
thinking.
love to ask for more objectification at a
that's-
convention.
that's what every woman wants.
And of
What's-
course, Leah playing Leia, which is
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Which
nice
is-
kind of.
yeah.
Really,
Well,
every nerd's fantasy, apparently, from the
I
90s.
also, I
Yeah,
also
it really
love
was.
that.
Well, the slave outfit more
Yes.
than that one.
Yeah,
That's very
there is
true.
a slave outfit in there as well.
There is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that Fry tries to escape nitpicky nerds by
going
going
to
to
the
a
Comic-Con.
comic convention.
There are some good like background gags that I didn't write down. Like,
None of you loved it clearly, but I loved the mint in box gag.
Oh,
You
right.
laughed a lot.
Where
when that happened.
Zoidberg eats, like, tries to eat an action figure, and then he goes, "Oh, I thought there was a mint in the box," and then I went, "Oh," and then I laughed for probably
oh no,
like
wait, that's funny.
5 seconds. I don't know what happened. Something in my brain snapped.
There's a good one. Video game, the
damn it,
movie,
you took me.
and
Yep.
then movie, the video game,
Very
which I
nice.
quite liked.
Yeah.
Oh, let's open up the. I just want to open up a segment while I'm thinking about it. Death count.
How many are dead?
1.
Yeah.
Who?
Oh no! Sorry, no one dies.
No.
because it ends up being a trans. She's alive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
one dies.
death count 0.
Yeah.
Segment
Nice.
Wow, that was a great segment. Sure.
Well, it's nice. It's nice to have no one die, Phil.
Yeah, it is good. It's worth noting.
Yeah.
I take
It's
it
worth
back.
noting.
Worth noting. Nobody died.
No one
Days
dies.
since last death.
Yeah. apart from the people randomly dying that we don't see, because people are dying all the time.
You're
Yeah.
a cheery fucker, aren't you?
Let's
People
talk.
are dying all the time.
Well, what would have happened if someone who's not a robot asked, when are you going to make a second Simpsons movie? Because Matt Groening just shot.
Just
them.
shoots him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
he dies. Oh no, it was Bender. Bender survives
Bender gets
everything.
shot.
Yeah.
Standing on the back of a small child.
Simpsons.
Does Bender have any functions, Phil?
Ooh.
He just produces a lot of pans as weapons. I don't know if he has any functions.
That's a function, I guess.
yeah. I mean,
Pan
storage is a
producing.
main,
so
main
society
function.
for
but-
a function in society.
Yeah.
yeah, he doesn't
Yeah, nice.
do a lot in this.
He's an
episode.
entrepreneur.
Do you reckon
Yeah.
he's got those, kitchen hooks that allows you to hang all your pans?
Oh, definitely, for
Definitely.
sure.
Nice.
Does
Yeah.
he make the pans or
glad.
does he steal the pans? That's a
He
pretty
steals-
obvious
he
question.
steals them.
It definitely
he
steals.
absolutely
That was a
steals them.
leading question, if not anything.
I hadn't finished talking about meta stuff.
Yes,
Tell me about
go
meta
ahead.
Go for it.
I'm so angry today.
The biggest meta.
Well, obviously we have all the creators hold their own panel on their new show Futurama.
Futurama
I-
and the
and-
openings the exact
Exact
same.
same, yeah.
Futurama.
After Samsons.
And yes, and then it just gets cancelled instantly, which is a dig at Fox and their show's
Another
getting
dig at
cancelled.
Fox.
Yeah, because fucking shows love digging at Fox.
Yeah.
Apparently they're awful. Is it too far? Is it too much?
I thought it was a bit jarring, but I did quite appreciate the joke. I think if it had... They could probably cut it a few seconds, and I think
Yeah.
it would have ingratiated itself to me a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think I wasn't expecting the exact theme at the very
Yeah.
beginning. Like they
Yeah.
really
That was
lent
cool.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. But if they'd have kept, if the episode had been about them making Futurama.
Oh God, no!
Yeah.
That
Can you
would have
imagine?
been
I think they
terrible.
should have stuck to one gag. They either get shooting Bender for asking about The Simpsons, or they
the
get...
show getting cancelled
Yeah.
instantaneously.
You get one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
because
right.
also Simpsons is a thing in Futurama.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it really?
Yeah,
in-
the
in,
Bart
in-
dolls are holding together the garbage ball that's
Yeah.
going to strike.
Oh,
them.
right,
The series
yeah.
has landed.
So I guess this
And
is
in the
just
series
confirmed
as
that
well.
it's in canon and not an Easter egg.
Yeah, oh, The Simpsons is real in Futurama Land. Yeah.
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 The-
What's really going to bake your brain is when they do the crossover episode with The Simpsons.
That's right.
No.
I really liked the. I would have preferred it actually had they changed the color palette of the Futurilla show. Like,
Just
to-
shifted it ever so
just
slightly.
shift it slightly. Like,
Yeah.
make the background red, make the letters green, and just like flip the color palette.
Yeah.
I
That
love
would have been
flipping
rad.
colour palettes.
Yeah.
On that
I'm all
note,
about that shit.
On that note, I like that when they get overtaken by Lrrre by accident,
Yeah.
because of his lies, they become the Omicronian Express, and they have to paint the ship a very slightly different green.
But it's such an ugly green.
You cringed.
It's so bad. It's like a puke green. I hate it so much.
what I wanted to-
Lloydberger loves.
That's kind of what I wanted
green.
to colour my bedroom walls. That colour. When I was a kid.
I'm sure it'll look nice on your walls.
Yeah.
No, it's a fucking ugly colour. Please don't.
No, it didn't happen. Mum wouldn't let me.
Oh,
She knew.
She's wise.
I was
Thank you, Mum,
equal
Chris.
parts creeped out, and I adored J.J. Abrams' face.
Yeah. And she got to wear it.
There you go.
nice.
At the opera.
That's your death count.
which was starring.
Brannigan,
He
He could have
Leela,
survived.
Oh, I
the opera
doubt
show,
it.
Remember
The
that?
opera had Leela,
Brannigan.
Professor,
and Brannigan.
Brannigan
Against a monster.
wearing gladiator gear fighting a monster.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
To be fair, most of us would watch that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
J.J.
How did they
Abrams.
get cast? I don't understand. All the things,
That's why you're not getting work as an actor.
and all the things they need them to do are by the cast of like the mines,
Yes.
all worked by the cast by the Planet Express
Yeah.
crew.
And Australian man.
I
yeah.
love
Is
that.
he
Is he still in the mines?
He's in a mine.
He always gets stuck in the mines.
He keeps thinking he's going to a legitimate job, and then he gets taken advantage of.
I like the idea that
just
he's
like
just
Australia.
arrived back at Earth.
Sorry?
What's that?
I like the idea that he's just arrived back at Earth, and he's like, "Hey, I'm back. I finally made it.
I'm
going
going
to
to go straight into a real job.
Oh no, we're being invaded.
I just mentioned there is a death count. J.J. Abrams.
And I argued it could have
Yes,
just
I
been
mean,
his
that's-
face.
I'm-
Remember that lady who her face was like torn off by an orangutan?
Yeah.
She survived.
Yeah.
I
did
argue
you know
she's
that
a tougher woman than J.J. Abrams is.
Possibly.
Have you seen that movie where that man takes that other man's face
off?
What, Ellen? What's it called?
I don't know.
I
Take
can't
your
remember.
face right off.
He also,
Face slipping.
he also like
Changing
changes.
faces. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
He also changes
Face swap.
his height and build. So yeah, they don't call it height and build off.
That's right.
They should. I
They
like
should,
that.
yeah, they should. And voice. Never mind.
Nah,
Wait, this isn't the Face Off podcast.
Yeah. Big Bertha and J.J. Abrams.
I quite like that Fry's superhero character got bitten by a radioactive Superman.
I also
that.
like how lopsided he draws Leela's boobs. Like Righty is at least 2 boobs bigger than Lefty.
I like
Every
that
man's
he has-
fantasy.
I like that he has a consistent style. Like I'm sure we've seen his drawings in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
echoes,
they always look the
Yeah, they
same.
are.
It
Yeah.
echoes his holo.
Yeah, it's his holophone
holophone
style.
art
Yeah.
as well. So clearly, like that's his oeuvre as an artist.
But also, we've seen him, like, what did he create? A few months back, we watched an episode where we realized Fry's actually a very creative artist. He made something that was, like, for Bender. It was in the house.
Is it like a sculpture or
It
something?
was, it was a sculpture or something.
Was it meant to be like a famous one or?
And like Bender just like trashes it instantly.
Yeah. Look, it's there.
It's
in,
there.
I remember.
Hey,
there.
listeners, tell us.
Sorry.
Yeah,
This,
right
is a
in.
this is a weird episode for me because I like all the B stuff way more than the A stuff.
Oh yeah.
Same.
The A thing is really kind of a bit cliche and poorly written, and I don't really like those characters that much. Lrrre
Yeah.
and also it has weird problematic stuff about women nag, and
Man
there's
is lazy
implied rape,
and blah, blah,
men are lazy and
blah.
blah blah blah, and it's not exactly a hot take, but like the Orson Welles War of the Worlds thing is
Cheese
fucking
log.
Doing it
genius.
for the cheese log.
And his cheese log obsession is genius.
I will comply.
and I love the creativity of the actual like the
The War
show
of
that
the
they
Worlds?
make with
Yeah.
The tennis ball
the
with
tennis
the
ball.
straws
I love
hanging
the
off the
straws,
straws.
yeah, for the
the
UFO.
milk carton things, and she's dropping like glow sticks for the laser beams.
Oh, really? I didn't even
Yeah,
notice
because you
that.
see it
That's
from
great.
like a
Yeah.
far out
Yeah.
shot, and she's just
Throwing
dropping.
glow sticks.
I
That's
love
cool.
stuff like that. Dioramas really fire me up. I'm not gonna lie. If anyone,
That's on our shirt. That's our next shirt.
dioramas really fire
Fire
me.
me
You
up.
just imagine you like running in one day and be like, guys, they're just the best fucking diorama.
If any of our fans would like to make a diorama, either
Oh,
of Futurama
God, yeah.
or please of us doing the podcast, we will send you a picture of our setup. If you can make me a diorama, that would make me the happiest person
When
on
is your
earth.
birthday? Because I might get
3rd
you.
of June.
Oh, you got time?
You got time to make a
People,
diorama?
please. I ask for so little.
Has anyone here ever made a diorama?
Never
No, I
in my
can't.
goddamn
Seems to be a
life.
thing in like American TV shows that they always get the kids to make dioramas.
I
and
was-
I've never been asked
I was
to make
always waiting for the moment. And I don't know. I think from Simpsons, I just assumed that one day I would have to make a diorama.
You know,
Did
Ellen.
you ever have like
I could-
science fairs at your school?
No,
'Cause we
never.
did.
No,
Like, we
no.
never had that thing where they go around and look at all the
We
different.
just had science, I
We had
guess.
sports days, and that was it.
Yes.
Sports days.
Sports. That's
Primary
all Australia
colours.
is. Yeah, yeah.
I was just going to say, Ellen, you're a grown woman now. If you want to make
No,
a
I'm not.
diorama,
Don't say that.
you could just go and make one. No one has to make you.
You can't give me that power. You need to take it back. Take it back right now.
We
Guys,
need
I'm
her.
quitting acting. I'm quitting the podcast.
We need Ellen on the podcast. She can't leave.
I can make a diorama of the podcast, guys. It works so right. I love the plastic surgery place. You look awful. Get in here.
Yeah.
That's their
I quite like
tagline.
his quick spin around of like, well, we'll reduce the horns. Horns are where I house my testes. We're going to make the horns bigger.
Oh, that's one thing. So do you, when she's like, oh, it looks like his horns are longer, I'm like, do you want long testicles?
Yeah.
Oh, you want big
Do you want long
harness.
testicles?
All right, okay. I guess.
I'll start a Twitter poll.
But do you, okay, not
Please
big,
do, right
just
now.
long.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean is starting.
Well, their horns, they're long. With their balls, they're just bigger.
Yeah.
Having big
What
balls
if you
is
just
the
had
thing,
long
right?
testicles, though?
But just
This is-
regular sized.
This is the picture I'm painting.
Like down to the knees, I'm thinking.
Can I burn that
All
picture?
right. I've never done
No,
a
it's
Twitter
part of
poll
my
before,
diorama.
So this will be interesting. Here we go.
Is your Twitter poll, do you want long testicles?
Do you like
long testicles.
long testicles?
Great.
Yes.
Wow.
Second answer is
Yes.
very yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Every yes.
Do you
Yes.
like
Yes.
so yes,
There was a
no, or very yes?
very
Good.
yes.
While he's doing that, talk about something else disgusting in the show.
Go for it.
I am becoming aroused. My organs are moving into position.
Hey man.
Isn't that how the female body works?
I was gonna say
Ellen?
yeah.
But I have a feeling of like
Hey, man.
all of her fucking organs rearranging themselves.
That's quite upsetting.
yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
that's the picture I got.
Yes.
Sure.
But when you are like, they only really move if you are getting ready for your baby.
Yeah.
Everything literally shifts in the body.
Yeah.
Or if you wear corsets.
Men
Too-
do it as
too
well
long.
if they wear corsets, but also
Yeah.
if they get aroused, the testes tighten.
Oh my god! Did
Back
you guys?
to testicle talk.
Did you guys
Testicle talk with
hear
Chris.
about the? I think this is an Australian
segment.
guy who he went swimming,
Yeah.
right? And then after he's gone swimming, he sits on a deck chair because it's cold in the water. His testicles have shrunk. They've then slipped through a crack in the deck chair and expanded in the heat of the sun. So he had to get the
The lifeguard?
No, not lifeguards. Fire people.
Oh,
What's
fire
the- What's the
Fire brigade.
yeah.
Firefighters.
Firefighters. That's the one.
The fire
Sorry.
people.
I was trying to think of the gender neutral term. Hello,
Call the fire people.
Are you a fire person? Yeah, the firefighters had to cut him out of his. The
We
deck
prefer-
chair.
You could have just picked up the
Everything
deck chair
changed
and
when the fire
dive,
people attacked.
pick up the deck chair and dive
Everyone
back
was
into the
stuck
water.
in their chairs.
Sorry, Chris.
Just dive back into the water with the deck chair on.
Oh.
Yeah, rub some ice on them. That's
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Shrink it
It's
back
fine.
up.
You wouldn't have been in the news, Chris. You know what to do.
I know my way out of a deck chair.
There are a couple of nice little gags in this, like when the professor is showing off how cheap and shit his disintegrator is because it's only a teleporter.
Yeah.
He teleports the bin
Closer to him.
closer to him so he
Yes.
can throw it away.
That
It's
is
very-
such a good gag.
the
We all
timing is-
laughed at that.
The timing, that's
Yeah.
what it is. It's the way it appears, steps on the handle and drops it
Drops
in.
it in.
Just-
There's really good wordplay with Fry. Is like kind of like the way he uses language in this kind of stupid way. It's earlier now. It's quite. I quite like it. It's
is
a
very
lovely-
amusing,
It's a
isn't
very
it?
Yeah.
Fry kind of way of phrasing, like how
Yeah.
to, you know.
My meteor wishing power.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything's awkward.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, this is a really cute ending though. From such a disgusting episode, the ending is quite adorable. Where instead of because before the panel of Fry and Leela kissing was just Fry making kissing noises with his hand, and then at the end, the kissing noise is Leela giving him a peck, giving him a
That's
smooch.
That's a really
That's
good point.
cute. And also, she says, "I love the way she says, good ending."
This-
Not great.
but good. This ends and begins with the B plot.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
The B plot's
Is
great.
that
I like the
not
B plot.
Weird.
I can't give you other instances where it's happened, but I'm sure it has.
I'm sure it's ended, and I'm sure it's begun with the B plot.
Or whether
but I can't
at the same
think
time.
of any time where it's actually.
I mean, it really starts with Scary Door, which is completely unrelated.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
Scary
I can
Door's
give you
always
one.
unrelated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can give you one. Bender spray painting, doing his art, like spray painting Bender, which starts off the episode and then it turns into like it gets
destroyed.
exploded.
Yeah.
And at the end, it ends with, "Oh boy, closure!" Because that's two different episodes.
That's
Yeah.
very different.
Damn
I
it!
was
And
gonna
also, that
say-
episode doesn't start with him.
No, it
spray
doesn't.
painting. It's
Well,
the
I
funeral.
can see
Starts
to you,
with-
Chris.
I don't know. This is just a weird thing to start and end an episode with a B plot.
It almost feels like the main plot doesn't
Is-
have enough legs to sustain
Yeah.
it. do you know what I
Because
mean?
it's using tropes, and
Yeah.
those tropes are boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Maybe.
laughed at there was a Mork and Mindy joke, which I noticed everyone
Was
was
there?
silent for.
What? What
Was
Malcolm
that?
Mindy joke was this?
Well, they're quoting Mork calling Orson, but I can't remember what they substituted with.
Oh, that's
Bender
that joke.
says Stork calling
Yeah.
someone.
Oh, like Dork
And I was
calling
like-
Awesome.
Dork calling awesome.
Dork calling
you know what?
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
not great, but I appreciate a Mork and Mindy reference when
Yeah.
I get it.
That's
and,
right. Dork
that-
calling Orson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get.
Yeah.
I've never seen that show.
It's
so
I didn't
good.
pick that up, but that's right.
Because
Yeah.
Mork calls
Had-
home by saying,
Mork calling Orson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so
That's,
good.
that's his kind
that
of
is
like
a deep cut.
That's his alien who
I don't imagine it.
he
I
reports
think it's
back
an American
to.
cut.
I don't. Even in America, I'm not sure how many people give that much of a shit about Mork and Mindy,
Hey!
especially now.
We have an
It is
Australian
pretty
who seems
ingrained,
to
like
give
for
an
those
awful
writers.
amount.
Yeah,
I think the
outside
people
of
who-
the writers. Yeah,
I love Mork and Mindy.
I think the people who give a shit about it really do, but not. There's just not that many of you.
Also, notice we're continuing our trend of pretty sexual episodes. Like there's a lot of sex.
Oh
in
yeah,
this
there's
episode.
mating and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a. They're still horny and
She really wants him to fuck her, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the problem of their relationship, not all the things they're bickering about.
No, I mean
think
the
they just-
cosplayer.
Oh,
who was just like, yeah,
Fuck me up, get it in me.
Yeah.
And I'm
He
like,
is, he is deeply
okay,
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
as are we all.
Yes.
I did like the line though, as much as I usually hate Lrrre and Ndndifferences fighting because it's like lame, just lame.
Yeah.
I do like the line. You want egg whites? Enjoy your strokes.
Yeah.
No,
You want
you
yolks.
want
You want
enjoy
yolks,
your
enjoy your
strokes.
strokes.
Oh, it
That's
rhymes.
going on a t-shirt.
That's a
going
rhyme.
on a t-shirt. Here we go.
my favorite visual gag is when Lrrre first comes into the convention and he steps up to the mic and he starts declaring, but you can't hear him.
Yes.
Guys come and adjust his mic. I thought that's beautiful.
Oh my god!
It's just the right amount of faint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
The mix is very good.
Hate it so much when people don't use the microphone.
It's so embarrassing.
It's right there.
Oh god! Apparently they had to one year at Avcon they had to do like a fucking intervention of like running on stage and
Really?
being like, you have to hold the mics to your faces.
For our international listeners, that's the Anime and Video Game Convention in Adelaide.
Yes.
Which Phil has run.
Yes, and
I
Phil.
don't run the whole convention.
but you have been
Please send-
promoted.
Yes, you do.
No, I
Please
run-
send
I
any
run-
questions to Phil's
Yeah, that's
personal email.
Yeah.
I'm running the host team this year.
There you go.
Yay.
Running the event.
Yes,
The
completely.
whole thing.
Just means I
Booking
get
the guests and...
Well, I just get to be the face of it without actually doing anything difficult. So-
What a face.
Before we jump on to the next part, just a quick fashion corner.
Yeah.
A lot of the Omicronians have lots of rings in their dresses. So even Girl, who is not a real Omicronian, like her dress has a loop in which the fabric goes through. And then it's the hip bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
The
hip joint.
Yeah, it seems to have a dress code of just circular rings on everything, please. All
Yes.
your limbs. You must
Yeah.
have at least 5
Because
circular rings to enter.
That's the future.
Rings,
Yes.
rings are cool, man.
Yeah.
They
Except
are.
they're
They
not-
look awesome. And
they're
someone had
ironically
like
cool.
hair that stuck straight up. And I thought that was just really cool. Like it looked like something out of a Horton Hears a Who. And it would probably look super dumb in real life, but in animation, it looks really cool and
What
funny.
about Lrrre's midlife crisis outfit?
I hate it.
Oh.
Purple, like cush, like what's that material?
Yeah,
It's
velour.
soft. Velour tracksuit.
What is
with
this
a
chain?
le-
What does the chain say?
Lure.
It does say
Yeah.
lure.
It
Yeah.
says lure.
Which is
hate
fucking
it
baller.
so-
Yeah.
Have your own name on your chain. Fuck yeah.
Chris.
Christopher. Shoulder
Sure.
to shoulder.
yeah.
Also, we're all one vowel names except for Ellen, so it's Phil.
Sean.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
Chris.
not.
Chris.
Christopher.
Yeah, but you go
Phil.
as
You can
Christopher.
get two
I go as
chains.
both.
You can get two chains.
Two
No, you
chains.
can get three. Christopher.
Nice.
Well, it's Chris and Topher.
Any other fashion choices in this episode?
We've got a lot of cosplaying, so
Yeah,
can't
that's
really
true,
count
yeah.
that
That's not fashion.
necessarily.
Although Scruffy went to a lot of effort with his costume.
He
He
did,
did.
yeah. I like the fact that you can only tell that it's Scruffy because of his moustache.
Yeah.
It's just everyone just went, "Is that Scruffy?" Okay.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
So, Lur wears a cape.
Yeah.
Basically, none of the other Omicronians wear anything.
Yeah.
Because he's the king.
Because he's
Which
king.
the
is,
ruler.
He killed-
yeah,
he killed
to
his
imply
father.
royalty.
He killed his father for
Or
it.
leadership.
Oh, you
Oh,
did, yes.
God,
That's
yes.
true.
So
Yeah.
it's probably kingship.
What does she wear? Does she wear a crown or a cape?
She
She
wears a
has
cape.
her
crown.
little bralette, and she's
has a
not
cape,
naked.
yeah. She has a
the
cape.
the Omicronian women are never naked,
Right.
No.
Yes,
Yep.
that's right.
which
And
is
she's got a little tiny crown
sexist.
too.
I find.
No, that would be perverse because I don't know. I'm gonna back out.
If
Ellen's
all the
looking at
men
me
can
with
walk
anger.
around just like with their horns out, why can't
It's
they?
a cultural thing.
It's like the beach, Ellen. We're allowed to go shirtless. Women are not.
I hate it.
I'll
go shirtless.
I agree.
And then immediately be arrested.
So for have you all listened to last week's episode yet?
No, you guys.
I got
Nope. Wouldn't have been
quarter.
able.
I'm a quarter off from finishing.
All right, so we lost Ellen. The
Oh.
late Philip J. Fry is the winner.
Phil, that was you and me.
Oh,
Yay!
Did that was Costa decided
Yeah,
that?
Yeah, Costa split the vote in our favour.
Damn
Yeah.
it, Costa. No.
So our severe overreacting was not recorded, which is good for the listeners that like to believe that we're nice people.
Oh.
Yeah, they were super rude about
We lost
their
them.
win.
Ages ago.
I believe I shouted, "Suck my dick."
Ellen, you did.
What?
You did say that.
Oh, I thought you were
oh.
like, you did. And I was like,
Oh, no.
suck my own dick?
No.
What?
So
Anyway.
it's the late Philip J. Fry versus just this
It's the
episode.
late
This
Philip
episode.
J. Fry,
Oh.
obviously.
And it's going to be
This episode's
the
dumb
late Philip J.
compared.
Like I've gone against the late Philip J. Fry twice now, but it's a far superior episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's like, and as much as I have existential crisis about the world and death and everything around that, I still enjoyed it. I wasn't. Yeah,
Sure.
I loved the episode.
Yeah.
It's really well made.
Yeah.
That's it. It's
Okay.
just
That's
that's
it.
it.
I guess a final thing to say is that, for me anyway, is that this episode feels like it has a few good kernels of ideas, but some mixed in with a few bad ideas as
Few
well.
missteps.
So, while not being the worst episode ever, it is pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime that... I mean, I still chuckled at quite a few bits, but usually Futurama, it's kind of like, you know, a laugh-a-thon. There's a lot of good gags, and even if you don't laugh outright at it, there's still stuff to go, oh, that's really smart. I appreciate that. And yeah, the grossness of this one, and just the jokes that fell flat. Didn't really like the A plot. So it's the late Philip J. Fry is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
This is really bad episode. Well, for me at least, the main episode has no legs. The B plot is better. What the heck is that? And also, it seems Chris
That's
Bond,
a
2019. What the heck is that? And also, I think just like it seems to punch down a bit, and they're smarter than that. I mean, even if they were punching down, and I wish they wouldn't, but even if they were, they're smarter than what they've just delivered. Even
Yeah.
the one where the aphrodisiac episode,
Spanish Fry.
Spanish Fry,
Yeah.
that was better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
there was a few things where we're like, oh, they could really go wrong with the lure and the stuff, but it's just enough that it's a solid episode around that kind of idea, as opposed to it was
Spanish
more about
Fry was.
Fry and his horn. And their thing is on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah.
Whereas this
Yeah.
was very much focused on them, and then you just
Lur
cringe.
I also-
can't carry an episode.
Yeah, I also think the Spanish Fry is an easier metaphor than go out and conquer a planet. I don't know. It's just an
Yeah.
easier solve to be like, oh, there's no spark left in like our marriage bed, as opposed to you need to go do
Well,
your job / duty slash I don't
There
know
is
what
no
this
fix
is.
in this episode. He does the thing that, like the protagonist of this episode, Lrrr, goes out and does the thing that he's supposed to, and then she's still annoyed. Like it's an
Like
he lies about it.
women.
because
Oh.
even after he's like, I'm in the White House, and she's like, I'm nagging you still. It's like, for fuck's sake,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
has no resolve. These characters aren't dynamic enough to
And
be
she
the
doesn't,
A
she
plot.
doesn't go anywhere either.
No.
Like
Yeah.
she starts and ends at exactly the
Yeah.
same
And
level.
No one learns
It should
anything
have
in this
been
episode
kinda
except
like-
Fry. The B plot.
I reckon a good solve would be like a relationship for anyone who's watched Scrubs, more like Dr.
Yep.
Cox and Jordan. Like they get to a point where they're like, our relationship only really works because we kind of obviously we love each other, but we also kind of hate each other. Like we cannot, we need our spars and we need our sort of fights. Otherwise, it just doesn't work for us.
Yeah.
I mean, I sort of agree with you, but I would just say keep them as peripheral characters.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Their relationship is a cliche of a like Married with Children style.
It's a sitcom. They watch
Yeah.
TV all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
the joke.
Yeah.
That's the joke, and just keep it
Away
there.
from...
And you can glance at it and use it, but just don't fucking focus on it because it just doesn't go
Scruffy
anywhere.
can't be the protagonist of an episode.
No.
Lrrr cannot be the
I
protagonist
can
of
tell
an
you
episode.
that I think he's going to be.
Oh, you'll
At some
eat your
point.
words. Probably
We'll see
not.
how it-
Hope
we'll see how
it's
it goes.
with Wash Bucket.
I think he's B plot, but anyway.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wash Bucket is the real protagonist.
So we have a voice to get to.
Oh.
What about Orson Welles?
Oh, man. It's too iconic for me to fuck it up.
Bill,
And
Now-
but fuck it up we shall.
you're the British, so you're the
Yeah,
British.
you're the Brit.
He's got quite a plummy, slightly nasal kind of rounded voice, doesn't he?
Yes.
Pass
Yes.
me the cheese log now.
I am sorry for being so hard to work with. That's-
This is going to be awful. This is a bad impression of one of the most iconic voices
yeah, exactly.
on radio
You've
and
really,
television.
really fucked us, Sean.
You made me do it for the cheese stick. What is it? The cheese,
Cheese
what?
log.
Cheese
Cheese
log.
log. Well, I shall comply.
I definitely do a lot for a cheese log. I'm not going to lie.
Take that, Orson Welles.
We all just did fancy man British accent.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
It just sounded like we had a bit of a cold.
Yes.
Oh, well.
Nasally shut up.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to stop here. If you'd like to visit us again next week, we will be tackling The Mutants Are Revolting. But until that time, if you would
It's a
like
good
to get
pun.
in contact with us for any reason, or to have a
Send
bit
us
of a
a
talk
dia-
about Ellen, about making her diorama for her.
Oh, please do.
Dimension sizes, all that stuff.
Guys, I've got scales here for you. If you need some more perspectives, I'll get some pictures, please, guys.
She'll be
please.
waiting at the computer every day where you can reach her at babybeardmedia@gmail.com.
On Facebook, you'll find no mentions of dioramas, unfortunately, but you will be able to get in touch with us and see what we're up to as well.
And if you look on Instagram, every day until I get a diorama will be a picture of me sitting at my computer and waiting.
Do it.
We're also on Twitter at BabyBeardMedia and YouTube, BabyBeardMedia. We're on Spreaker. What are we on?
Stitcher.
iTunes and
Stitcher.
Stitcher.
Podbean.
Yeah.
We're not on Podbean, are we?
No.
Did we go
No.
up on?
In the end, we decided fuck Podbean, and
what
we're
about
sticking with
Spotify?
our friends at
Spotify.
Spreaker.
We're not on
Cut that out.
Spotify yet.
We will be.
We
We
will
will
be
be.
very shortly.
Yeah.
If you like us and want us to continue what we're doing, go to the iTunes program on your computer and rate and review. Give us a 5-star review. We'd love that very much.
If you like what we do, please rate and review.
Tell a friend. Thanks.
Bell end. No.
Yeah, indeed. And also, if you like what we do as well, there's a lot of other podcasts that we are friends with on the A Lot of Green network, where you'll find other great Australian local grown podcasts.
Yep.
Go to a lot of
Fresh
green.
from the vine.
Go to a lot of green.com.
.au because we're an Australian.
Got to remember
website.
that AU.
Yeah.
Avoid the spiders on that.
Ow.
Oh, it's because it's
No.
gold.
Gold. Gold.
That's right.
AU.
Fucking periodic table jokes right there.
I love that. This is the content.
That's what they come for.
This is
That's
the
the
content.
content.
That's how they stay. Until that time, I've been your local drongo, Sean.
I've been a slightly nasal British man, Ellen.
And I'm covered in mystery. I'm Chris. Smeared in mystery.
Oh, don't smear.
Lightly
Chris, you're
dusty.
leaving mystery all over the
I'm
seat.
sorry, Alan.
Clean up your mystery.
I'll go clean up now. Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's a nothing happens in a French kind of way, where it's supposed to be all
Ooh.
about like,
We're in berets.
yeah,
Oui, oui.
we just talk to each other and say things that sound
Everything's
vaguely
at a
philosophical
time as well.
and-
Don't
yeah.
turn people off our podcast. Okay, what's everyone's
Wasting
worst
all
movie?
your airplane
Word
Wi-Fi.
war. Oh, no, I know hands down what it is.
So do I.
It is,
I don't
have you
know
heard
yours.
of the production company The Asylum?
Yes.
It's Alien versus Hunter.
And that's the worst
It's
movie.
the fucking worst 2 hours I've ever spent in my life on a
Alien
film.
versus Hunter.
Right.
And it has, for any musical theatre fans out there,
Yes.
it's the original Pippin from the musical Pippin, William
Boo.
Why boo?
Because clearly it's a bad movie and they've
you're-
wasted the talents of a good
Oh,
performer.
okay, I thought you were
I
just
thought you were
booing.
booing
That kid
William
was in
Cat.
Pippin. Fuck him. Fuck him.
So probably Neil Breen's Pass Through.
What?
Neil Breen is an auteur of total shit.
Ellen, what's your worst movie?
I don't know. Like, I've never walked out of a movie. Look, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but Last Airbender.
Yep.
Like, how
Oh.
could you from
Fair.
such awesome?
Source material.
Yeah, how could you fuck it up?
Don't they get like half an hour into the movie and then go, oh yeah, by the way,
and
what's your name?
Yeah, I
Yes!
heard that from the...
They've made it all the way to where he like lived with the monks when he was a kid, and then they go, "What is your name?" And it's like,
Have you ever had a yoga?
Yeah, have you?
oh,
that like a
I have
yogurt?
actually never had one.
Really? Oh!
Is that like a
My
yogurt
mum
in a
didn't buy
tube?
me that
It's
shit.
a chocolate
moussey,
dessert
yeah.
mousse.
And there's a big gorilla that advertises it.
And the ads were sequential.
Yeah.
So you
With a
would
big,
watch them.
like, action romp.
It's a film.
That's true.
The
I'm
ads
not-
were a
It's
film.
like
No
the
way.
Sequential
Rainier
series.
Wolf Castle. You can put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
these
yeah,
ads
yeah.
you could do.
Yeah.
There's
Because it would say
YouTube
to be
compilations.
continued
Yeah.
after every one.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I haven't.
In the 90s,
no.
that was shit was
Yeah,
totally.
okay.
Oh,